Hey, y'all. Welcome to my channel, and welcome back if you're returning. It's Fiery Moon, and I'm here to do the General Collective weekly reading. It is August 3rd as I'm recording this. We currently have Sun in Leo. The moon is in Sagittarius right now. Excuse me. We also have a grand fire trine going on right now between the Sun, the Moon, Mercury, Saturn, and Neptune. So things could be like, my vibes are saying spicy. They could be feeling a little spicy, or people, could be being like, either you could be being a little spicy, people could be being a little spicy, but we do have a lot of fire energy going on right now, especially with all three fire signs. That is what creates the grand fire trine. But yeah, we're gonna jump right on in and see what messages of guidance, healing, truth, love, wisdom, acceptance, understanding, as well as protection that we need as it pertains to the collective and the energy surrounding this week. Other than the moon transiting this week, everything else is pretty much gonna, stay where it's at. And we will end off the week with the full moon Aquarius, which I'll be doing a separate reading for that. It's on August 9th. So, yeah, which will be what, Saturday? So that might just be the weekend vibe reading. So I'm going to just get a few more shuffles on this. It's been a while since I used this deck. But I was guided to use it today, the Karma cards. And then I also have the Honest Truth Tarot coming out, or here to use to break down the energy. Alright, and we'll see what deck I'm guided to use for the guidance and advice. But yeah, let me just do one more. And then we will jump right on in. Now these cards are separated by the planets, the houses, and the signs. And bottom of the deck we have the 6th house, which is the house of Virgo. Right now we have Mars in Virgo. So this could, have to deal with, work. Virgo is an earth sign. It deals with your day-to-day, your routine, your schedule. It's also an energy of service. It's the house, that deals with health as well. Let's see, up under that we have Saturn. So some of you guys could have Saturn in the 6th house, or Virgo in the 6th house, which would make you an Aries rising, or in the 10th house. We have Saturn rules the 10th house. Saturn is the, what rules our reality. And then the 10th house, that's the house of status, of, your career as well. So for some of you this week, work may be important. For some of you, let me turn that off. Yeah, it's making me feel like, For some of you, your day-to-day, especially with Uranus, could be changing up this week. Uranus is in Gemini, and then we have the South Node, and the Virgo is the South Node is in Virgo as well. So yeah, you know, the South Node represents an energy of, you know, the past, like what you know, like where you've been, where the North Node is, you know, where you're going. It's the easiest way to explain it. So some of you could be, you know, like switching up your routine. For some of you, it's a job, but it is affecting either your 6th house, which is, you know, your house of your daily routine, and your 10th house, your career. And with Uranus being in Gemini, some of you may be finding, you know, it almost feels like you may even be looking at it in a different way with this energy here, or seeing like a different way that you can like correlate your like working home. Like I feel like there's a balance that's needed right now. Yeah, I feel like there's a balance that's needed right now. Or that, you know, some of you may be achieving with this energy. But it's almost like, you know, Gemini is an energy that can be in two minds when it comes to, you know, things. Where Saturn may be pushing you, especially with Aries, is sextile in Aries retrograde. It almost makes me feel like for some of you, like if this is exclusively, you know, resonating for you with work, like you, especially with Saturn being in retrograde, you could have decided to you know, go into a job. And now it's like, you know, you're almost rethinking the choice that you've made. Because maybe it was, you know, something that was, you know, comfortable to you. It gave you like a sense of stability. But now it's almost like you're being real. You may be being pushed to be a little bit more realistic in regards to, you know, if this is sustainable for you. How is it affecting your day-to-day? Is it like, it makes me want to say, like, is it helping you to stay in this job, or is it hurting you to stay in this job? And if it's not exclusive to just a job, you know, place it where it goes for you. Any area of life that, you know, you may be feeling that. It could be a relationship, a friendship, family, you know, like. But let's see, what's the overall energy for this week, Spirit? Alright, so what's going on, Spirit? What's the overall energy? Sorry, y'all, I had to pause that. I had to head into the kitchen. I was cooking before I started recording, and I just wanted to make sure that I turned my pot off. But that's neither here nor there. Back to the reading. We have in Aquarius. So right now, Pluto is in Aquarius. And spiritually, it says your vision, mentally, what's new and different about, and physically, use an unconventional way. And on the other side of this, it says genius, to experiment with for the spiritual, because all of these cards have a spiritual, mental, and a physical aspect to them. Mentally, it's the discoveries of, and then we have physically resulting from the eccentricity of. So, you know, Aquarius is, you know, that very unique, eccentric, very unconventional in their ways. It's fixed, excuse me, it's fixed air. And currently with Pluto being in Aquarius, you know, it's opposing the Leo energy as its natural 7th house. Bottom of the deck, we have the 4th house. So you have Aquarius. Some of you may have Aquarius in the 4th house, which is, that's, Cancer energy. The 4th house is ruled by Cancer. So it deals with the past. It deals with your home. It deals with family. Spiritually, it says, as you did in the past. Mentally, your home base or your family. Physically, do what makes you feel secure. And then we have what makes you feel secure. Spiritually, mentally, it deals with support, and physically, your home base or family. So for some of you, like I said, I do feel like this is, in regards to, especially with that Virgo energy, especially if you're a masculine energy, whatever you're doing for work, whether it's, working a conventional job or, doing something that can be or can seem unconventional, with this, like, it's almost like some of you could be thinking about, again, how is this, or whatever you're doing work-wise, how is that supporting you? How does that help create, structure and support and make you feel secure? Are you in it just because of the comfort element? And I feel like for some of you, if that is you, or you're resonating with that energy, with this Aquarius energy and Pluto, there may be a change and transformation that is, taking place for you in regards to that. So let's get another one. Like, honestly, the way that I'm feeling right now, like just within my body, like I feel like some resistance. Like, so for some of you, whatever you are doing, it's almost like you're resistant to change. At least the way that you're thinking about it. And then we have, the North Node. Yeah, it's almost like, for some of you, it's like because you can't see it, or you can't, how can I say? Because like you've been like stuck in just a certain way of thinking, analyzing, and even, for some of you with Aquarius being air energy, communicating, that communication almost feels like how you talk to yourself. It's almost like you're afraid to step into that North Node energy. Because then at the bottom of the deck, we have the 10th house again, which makes me feel like, for some of you, it's almost like you may be worried about how others are going to see you, what other people think, what it's going to do to your status or your reputation. And so I do feel some resistance. Yep. So we have the 3rd house coming out, which is ruled by Gemini. It is the house of, like your surroundings, how you communicate. It says spiritually by making the right connections. Mentally, the idea in question. Physically, get your ideas going. And with the North Node, it says have faith in. Spiritually, mentally, don't worry about it. And then physically, now is the time to. So I believe I explained it in the reading or the video that I posted, explaining how the houses go. So it's the energy tells you how, the planet or the comet, asteroid, whatever you want to call it, the celestial body, I'll say, tells you what, and then the house shows you where. So if I was to put this together in order, it says do not worry about, or excuse me, we'll start with spiritually. It says have faith in your vision by making the right connections. That's spiritually. Mentally, it says do not worry about what's new and different about the idea in question. Physically, now is the time to use an unconventional way and get your ideas going. Like, so all, goes together. And where's the North Node at right now? In Pisces. I can't make this shit up. I can't. Like, I can't make this shit up. Some of you, especially with the moon being in Sag, because now I'm reading the cards the other way, and it says, because they can go either way, it doesn't matter. It says there will be genius to experiment with your ideas spiritually, mentally, success from the discoveries of short-term thinking and trips. So some of you may need to travel. And then it says benefit from the eccentricity of who or what is around you. So for some of you, like, it's almost like your associations, the people, places, and things that you're associated with. It's almost like you may be struggling with, in a way, like leaving it behind. Because it's affecting where you want to go in life. With this Pisces energy, there's like a lot of, again, it's like almost like not knowing which way to go. But you can't live your life based on others. I will say that. So I like this. So for some of you this week, it may be time to head in a new direction towards what you value, because we have Venus up under Pisces, which is in Cancer right now. And Cancer energy, like, I'm feeling like that movement, like wanting to, move, wanting to go forward, wanting to go towards, the things that, what towards Venus type things. For some of you, it could be a person. If you're masculine, it could be towards a feminine energy. Where there's a lot of, like, you enjoy this person, or going towards, or heading in the direction of a career that makes you happy. It deals with how we value, appreciate, and love people, places, and things. And it's like, it almost with Venus and Leo, like, it gives you everything that, like, you're looking for, wanting to, it makes you want to take action. Like, Leo is fixated fire. Some of you could have a Venus in Leo or a Venus in Pisces. Venus is exalted in Pisces. Because I'm hearing, like, take the lead, take the lead. So let's see what comes out. What's going on, Spirit? What messages do we need, Spirit, in regards to the collective and the energy surrounding this week? What messages of guidance, healing, truth, love, wisdom, acceptance, understanding, as well as protection do we need as it pertains to the collective and the energy surrounding this week? Can I get one more? hearing peace of mind, peace of mind. Because it almost feels like some of you could be in a place where where you're even unable to like quiet the mind or have peace of mind. Confirmation of that is this Nine of Swords on the bottom of the deck. It says anxiety and self-fulfilling prophecy. And there it is a masculine energy. We have the King of Swords. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Feminine water energy. This is definitely like Venus and Cancer energy. And then we have the King of Wands. There is, yeah, like there's a masculine energy here who is in two minds, you know, in regards to either going towards what they want or who they want. Like there's a heavy attraction here. Although the King of Wands is, you know, fire energy, like he's not taking any action. He knows what he wants, but he really, like he's sitting, so whatever the case may be, but he is seeing feminine energy like very clearly. Look, and then we have the Twin Flame card. This person, this masculine energy could have walked away from the connection with the Twin Flame card and the Eight of Cups, but it's almost like, yeah, this energy is like, it's that Geminian energy that I'm feeling right now, where they're very undecisive, because it's like they don't want to change, with the Four of Pentacles and the Death card. There's like a control factor here for this masculine. For some of them, they could have walked away from the connection, you know, in a way to like, how can I say this, to almost as a way to like be in control in the situation, especially if this is someone that, you know, you walked away from. But it's almost like, especially with the Death card, I feel like that's like, it wasn't like it didn't do what this masculine thought it was going to do. And if this is in regards to a job, like it was a job that, you know, like almost like your heart was in, and you walked away from it because maybe like there was just, you went after something else that just, it kind of left you feeling empty. Like you were at a job, you ended up leaving that job for another job, and now it's almost like the job that you're in, that you left the previous job for, is not, it's not fulfilling to you at all. But it was like you did it because you wanted to be in control. Well, the Death card here is that Pluto energy coming in, and like it's almost like for some of you, if you're the masculine, you can feel that like like time is up. Because you can't sustain in this Nine of Swords. You can't. And I'm hearing J. Cole's Love Yours, where he says, the good news is like you came a long way. The bad news is that you went the wrong way. And I only, like, I'm feeling that because the Six of Cups and the Two of Wands. It's almost like for some of you, you like, and I've never seen it like this before. It's like you were headed in the right direction, but it's like you decided to veer off and like go back to the past. So for some of you, you could have repeated a cycle, and It's affecting, you know, your stability with the Four of Wands, your happiness with the Sun. Like, can I get one for this? An Aquarius energy? Yeah. Some of you are feeling like with the Four of Cups, like you missed an opportunity. The Four of Cups is an energy of, oh man, of discontent and boredom. Yeah, some of you, like, in the most easiest way to say is like you made a deal with you know, the devil to stay restricted and limited and, you know, in something that was not healthy for you. Like, it was like you were like, I for some reason I'm hearing the word Lord, like Lured. You were lured into a situation. You were some of you, you were, you know, you could have been, you know, tempted. You were like chasing temptation. And it's like it almost, instead of going towards, you know, the star energy, which is hope, healing, and having faith, it's like you went back to some type of devil energy. Like, I'm feeling like the energy of, and like enticing, like whether you were enticed by whatever this energy was or them you, but it's like they like roped you in, or you roped yourself into something that was not, like, you bit the apple. And I feel a lot of shame coming off of this masculine energy. Can I get one for the North Node? Why is this North Node energy here? Yeah. Y'all see this? We have the Three of Swords. Yeah, for some of you, and going back to the past or refusing to step into your North Node energy, you, in a way, like severed a connection with an Empress. It was like you were given an opportunity to become the Emperor and you like regressed. And like I said, I felt that energy of, you know, shame, regret, remorse. And it's almost like you're hiding how, with the Moon and the Five of Wands, how it is affecting you. Because whoever you're collaborating or working with, like, there could be a lot of conflict with the Five of Wands, like drama, conflict, fighting, arguing. It's like there's almost a regret of, like, either with the Moon here, it could either be in like facing your fears. Which for some of you, your fear was being, you know, heartbroken. But it's almost like you did it anyway. You, in this case, you broke your own heart. Can I get one for the third house? Yep. So we have the Hermit, Virgo energy coming out, which is introspection and soul searching. So it's almost like, for some of you, I feel like you may have withdrawn from, you know, people and places, and you know, like you're surrounded by, you could feel very withdrawn. But you could also be being very introspective and looking at this like from a way like it's not like feeding me at a soul level. For some of you, I am getting like the energy of watching, especially if this is in regards to like a feminine energy that you walked away from. It's almost like you could be watching this person. I feel that very strongly. Seeing them as a Nine of Pentacles, which is pre-Empress energy. And it's almost like you could even be seeing them like attracting in with the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, like new opportunities. And the Magician. Can I get one for the Four of Cups? Yeah, it's like you missed the opportunity to become the Magician as well. So it's like you're watching the feminine energy become the Magician, but it's almost like I'm hearing the word they said forfeited. Yep. Double confirmation, the Ace of Swords, you forfeited your new beginning. The Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands with the Fool energy. Something that could have been potentially long lasting, a brand new start for you. Can I get one for the Three of Swords? The Three of Swords. Why is the Three of Swords here? Yep, and it was all based because it was like there's something here to do with control. We have the Five of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. It was in regards to this person. You know, if it's a feminine energy. If this is in regards to work, I mean, it's the same thing. You left one job, like maybe because it seemed like it was better for you. Maybe it had like the promise of more money. Or like, it seemed like it was one way, but once you got in it and got there, it was like, it almost feels like the complete opposite. And now you're feeling either the loss of this feminine or the loss of, like, even if this is just going on within your own masculine and feminine energy, it's the security, the comfort, the safety of what you had at a previous time. Or at that, at that previous job. Because that's what it feels like. It either feels like romance or work. And I'm hearing like a lack of discipline. Like you lack the discipline to take a risk and try something new. You didn't, like, how can I say this? Like, yeah, so it's almost like you didn't want like, it's like taking the easy route. You tried to take the easy route either within a relationship, or like if it's a relationship, by leaving a relationship and getting into another one where you didn't have to like do the work, or you took a job where it may have seemed like less work, but then you got in it and it actually is more than what you bargained for. You have to do more than what was initially presented to you. Like, And can I get one for the Hermit, please? The Hermit. Yeah, the Page of Pentacles. So it was because you were looking at things from from only a practical standpoint, not taking into account how you feel. And I'll be the first to tell you, I'm just naturally a feeler person. I'm all water and fire within my own chart. But I have a earth rising, so I'm very I'm an optimistic realist. That's the only way I can describe myself. But I feel like whoever is in this energy, they are not they're it's they lack optimism. They things have to be, and they have to be able to see it to be and it's almost whatever situation this is, they got and whatever that they walked away from, kind of almost and I hate saying this, the grass being greener on the other side, and it's the grass, that was what they thought because of what they saw or what they could see. But looking at it from, in a soul level, it's actually oh shit, the grass is dead. It's you know how they say you take one step forward and get knocked 10 steps back? That's what I feel like for this person. Can I get one for the Page of Pentacles? Yeah. They didn't, there was no emotion in it with the Page of Pentacles and the King of Cups. Yeah. This person only seen things through the lens of, practicality, and put how they felt in the back seat, and it created the Ten of Wands. And it's almost they tried to, withstand with the Temperance card and, temper the situation, but it became too much to bear. You can't escape the way you feel about anything, whether it's a job. If something doesn't make you feel good, you can only uphold that for so long. You thought that you would be able to maintain it with this Temperance here, but the Seven of Swords says now it's now you're looking for a way out. And the way out is via the Chariot. Creating a new way, or initiating a new feeling to push you in the right direction. Can I get one for this Four of Cups? The Eight of Cups. Because it's now, you want more. I'm hearing I just want to be done. I just want to be done. Well, only you can decide when you're done with a situation. What's the Magician? Yep, because you missed the opportunity to have what it is that you wanted with the Nine of Cups. You wanted to create something that would make you feel good, but you ended up recreating the past. Like a past cycle. Five of Wands. You ended up creating conflict and drama, whether this is internally within you or, with others. Yep. This is someone that got in their own way. Where's the Eight of Cups? And they're saying you also with this Five of Wands, that's what you're ready to leave behind. What's the Eight of Cups? Where's the Eight of Cups? Reading this masculine. We have a Knight of Wands. It's leading them to take some impulsive action to like completely end whatever situation they're currently in. Like very impulsive, abrupt action. Oh. Can I get one more for this Eight of Cups? Yeah, going towards this Four of Wands. Stability. For some of you, it could be, you know, possibly wanting to reconcile. But you're at the end. Like, you're, whatever you're leaving from, you're done. Yeah, you need something more balanced, something more reciprocal. We have a Queen of Wands, the feminine energy. Wow. I'm going to use the Oracle of the Seven Energies for the guidance and advice. This is different. This is real different. Ooh. Ooh. Because to be honest with y'all, I'm really not liking like this Knight of Wands, but I can feel like the urgency that this person is feeling to take some type of action. Like it's urgent. Can I get one more for the Knight of Wands? But you know, it's like you're wanting to get to somewhere or to someone that or just a space where you know you give what you get and you're able to sustain yourself. For some of you, you didn't do that in the past, and the Six of Pentacles is what's required to sustain that Four of Wands. Can I get one more for the Knight of Wands? So you're gonna have to, yeah. Yeah, for some of you, with the Five of Swords coming out here, it's like, yeah, you're gonna have to leave that defeatist mindset behind. Because that's the only way, like, balance will be restored. And you can, you know, look forward. Someone's needing to learn how to walk by faith. Because they only, like, walked by sight. And acted, you know, a King of Cups can, you know, present themselves as very stoic. It is a very stoic energy, as if they have no feelings. Wow. What's the guidance and advice, Spirit, as it pertains to the collective and the energy surrounding this week? I feel like for some of you, you know, I don't know where anyone is at within their own personal story, but with that full moon, it's going to go over Pluto in Aquarius. So I would just, you know, I would just like like it's just making me feel like saying like take heed, take heed. Can I get one more? Because if you don't initiate this on your own, you don't want Pluto to do it for you, because it's going to be harsh. It's like, it's going to be harsh. Like you're going to be, it's almost like I feel the energy of force. That's probably why I felt that energy of resistance so much. But let's see. Bottom of the deck, yeah, we have a tall tale. So some of you have been sitting within a story or a narrative that you keep telling yourself. And it's almost like you've become complacent in it, like with a tall tale, and it is what it is. But what you need to do with this energy is be real with yourself. Stop telling yourself whatever, because this is Pinocchio on the card. Whether you're lying to yourself, lying to other people, just stop. And with it is what it is, like whatever you're gonna, by you stopping this tall tale that you're telling yourself or creating, or, you know, like lying to yourself and others, when you walk through this door or you decide to leave whatever you're leaving behind, that's it. Like, it feels like it's very finite. Like, so either you're gonna stay in this tall tale energy, or you're gonna like step into like the energy of acceptance, let things be what they are, and like do better, make better choices. What's the guidance and advice, Spirit? What's the guidance and advice? The guidance and advice. Hold on. I thought it was only one, but it was two. Can I just get one, please, Spirit? So we have the land between. 40, which breaks down to a 4. Yeah, you got to make a decision. I mean, and be real with yourself. We have the Page of Cups coming out to clarify that. Be honest. Like, certain shit is dead. This situation, like, you can't revive this, whatever you're in right now. Like, it's done. It's at the Ten of Swords. And for some of you, you are like trying to look at it from a different perspective, but with the world here, you got to close out this cycle. And for some of you, like, that's, you know, it's hard. Like, I completely understand. It's very hard to do. But if you want better, how bad do you want it? Because if you want it as bad as, like, I can feel that someone is tired of something, you wouldn't be trying to look at it like trying to keeping something alive that's like you can clearly see it's dead. There's no life there. When you're at the Ten of Swords, that's it. So it says the land between. The key concepts. Being between worlds, learning to be okay while at the threshold of what was and what will be, a time of waiting and evolving, gray areas, something essential yet still in development, and a metamorphosis. You're in a process of change. You know that you were called to it and can no longer be who you were, but you aren't sure what the next experience of your life will be. You are in between what was and what could be, in a pupal stage. The Page of Cups. Like during the metamorphosis of the caterpillar into the butterfly. However, you can't just skip the messy parts. You have to endure the unknown and uncomfortable as you reinvent yourself. The thing is, you're not quite there yet. You have one foot in the past, even if you're ready to shed that version of yourself and become something new. You must start redefining who you are in the context of your question. What do you believe is possible when you get to the next place? Can you explore this stage of your evolution to get to know yourself better? The process in between worlds is where things get really interesting. You learn how to manage your fear, how to stay present in the now, how to see in the dark. You absorb the lessons offered to you with grace because you can't go any faster. This is a real test of emotional fortitude, patience, trust, and humility. Once you have made this no man's land your home, it will be part of you. Then whatever was set in motion comes to life. This is what you've been waiting for. When you look back, you will grow to love the place in between. For that is where you were reborn. Yeah. Literally. Thank you, Spirit. Bottom of the deck. Smoke and mirrors. Wow. That's it, y'all. It speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. So, wow, this is a lot. I definitely thank you guys for tuning in with me. I hope it resonated for some of you. If not, it just wasn't your story, and that's fine. I hope everyone enjoys their week. And I will see y'all all on the next one. All right? Later.